Good evening, President Logan, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson. We have three fantastic good news items to share with you tonight that allow us to celebrate the robustness of our district's involvement in the community and our community's support of our district. We will also, not included on tonight's agenda, but at a future agenda, be thrilled to allow you to celebrate again our Kansas Teacher of the Year semifinalists and finalists. Didn't want to get away from you tonight without celebrating our first Kansas Teacher of the Year finalist in, I think we counted 8 years. So we'll look forward to having Lon Wynn and Malela Sabalas, forgive me for mispronouncing her name, at a meeting soon. But as we think about how much we are a part of the community and the community is a part of us, that's certainly worth noting as these two public servants take care of our children. We also have the opportunity to start good news recognition tonight and allow you to salute some additional public servants in our school district, namely the team at Enders Community Service and Leadership Magnet, for their public service and their work to build citizens. Last spring, the state of Kansas announced the first ever Civic Advocacy Network School of Excellence Award Program. New program supporting the Kansas Can vision, and I think many of us thought Enders would be a shoo-in because of the work that they do. Hannah Burdett and her team prepared the entry, showcased the amazing work that they do, and in fact, they were selected as one of 8 of the very first recipients of this award. So I'm pleased to invite Ms. Burdett and her team from Enders, who will be introduced by Michelle Ingenthron, our Assistant Superintendent for Elementary.
I've asked them to kind of come on down now so you can look at the folks who've done all the hard work, not necessarily at me, because I just get to tell you about all their wonderful work that they've done. So good evening, President Logan, school board members, and Superintendent Thompson. Our district received some very exciting news recently, as you just heard about. Enders Community Service and Leadership Magnet Elementary School was named a School of Excellence by the Civic Advocacy Network. The CAN was created by the Kansas State Department of Education to identify schools that provide outstanding civic opportunities to our students. Award-winning schools that show how student engagement works around 6 key areas. The first being instruction in government, history, law, and democracy, discussion of current local, national, and international issues and events in the classroom, design and implement programs that provide students with opportunities to apply, I love that, what they learn through performance in the community and community service. It offers extracurricular activities that provide opportunities for students to get involved in their school and their community, encourage student participation in school governance, which is really cool for elementary schools, and encourage student participation in simulations of democratic processes and procedures. So this is the inaugural year for this award, and Enders, as Wendy said, is only one of 8 schools in the entire state of Kansas to receive this honor. So earning this award speaks to the high level of engagement and commitment by Enders students, staff, to living out their magnet theme. So some of you will join us tomorrow, Wednesday, at 10 o'clock at Enders, as they are recognized. And Hannah will be going to the Citizenship Constitution Day in Topeka, where she will be honored. So at this time, I would like to ask Hannah to come on forward and present you with your Good News Champion Award. Congratulations, and congratulations to you guys.
The staff and I are extremely honored to accept this award on behalf of our students. Enders has been a work in progress. This is our 7th year, and we have worked very hard to create that sense of community and civic engagement for our students. I don't know if you know, we do have an inaugural ball, which is the culmination of an election. We have representatives. My 12 representatives that I currently have that are serving the school will be going with me to Topeka. We will tour the State House so they can see where the actual House of Representative is and not just the Enders House. It is a team effort. Total team effort from the students and the staff. So thank you for this recognition.
Thank all of you. It's wonderful to see the really outstanding work that's going on out in our schools. So thank you.
Perfect timing that Suzanne just got here. So we have the opportunity to celebrate what may be the community's biggest book club. We are ready to kick off the Big Read Wichita. And Gail Becker from Library Media Services is here to tell you more about the 11th year for the Big Read and the book that we will all have the opportunity to read and the options that our students will have the chance to read so that we can engage the entire spectrum of readers in our district.
Okay, good evening, President Logan, Vice President Rohde, board members, Superintendent Thompson, Dr. Irving. I actually have 2 items I want to share with you tonight. So before I get to Big Read, I want to mention something that we have chosen from USC 259 2 students who've been selected to present the Waymal and White Book Award to the winning authors in Emporia on October 6th. So Natalie Head from Isley will present the 3rd through 5th grade award to Linda Mullally Hunt, the author of Fish in a Tree, and Maricela Bustos from Mayberry will present the 6th through 8th grade award to Mary Downing Hahn, the author of Took. Each year, hundreds of children gather from around the state in Emporia to meet the winning authors and participate in literacy activities. We are honored to have these 2 students represent Wichita Public Schools at the Waymal and White State Awards ceremony. And then second, moving on to Big Read, we're excited to introduce this year's Big Read. Wichita Public Schools is happy to partner with the Wichita Public Library in promoting Big Read resources in our schools and community. And 2018 is our 11th year that we will encourage readers to participate in the city's annual Big Read tradition. So you have a copy of this year's Big Read, and also in your copy is a flyer that lists what the companion titles are for our other grade levels. The Wichita selection this year is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, and it's a futuristic novel. In this novel, a pandemic flu has left very few survivors, but in the midst of loss, there's hope, powered by avenues such as the arts and relationships. So that's just a little tidbit about the book. Emily St. John Mandel will be in Wichita November 15th, and while she's here, she will visit with students at Southeast High School. So we're excited about that. As in previous years, we have companion titles, and Library Media Services has provided those books for all of our schools. The pre-K 1st grade book is Library Book by Tom Chapin and Michael Mark. For grades 2 and 3, Shakespeare's Seasons by Miriam Weiner. Grades 4 and 5, The Last Kids on Earth by Max Brauer. Grades 6 through 9, Fever 1793 by Lori Haltz Anderson. So mark your calendar for September 29th for the Big Read Kickoff. It's scheduled at the Advanced Learning Library from 1 to 4. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I look forward to reading this and participating in some of the discussions that will be going on around the city. So thank you.
I was just sitting here thinking about the fact that we have not been in school yet for a month. And the year has started off so smoothly, and amazing things are happening in the classroom. And as we talked about our 3rd good news item this evening, we wanted to make sure as we close out the beginning of the year, if you will, that you all have an opportunity to share in the celebration of the community that has said, yes, we're going to stand up and we're going to support our kids. And as importantly, we're going to support our teachers. And Susie Finn is going to come forward and talk to you a little bit about the flyer that you have in front of you that we will share with our community so that we can celebrate what they have done to support all of us. So without further ado, Susie Finn will bring you our last item.
Thank you, Wendy. Good evening, President Logan, Dr. Thompson, members of the board. When I was here in July, we were kicking off a few community school supply drives that were happening and wanted to make sure that you knew what was going on in our community. We're here today to give you a little bit of an update. And in addition to some of the major supply drives that we had going on, we had over 120 individual community partners, businesses, organizations, churches, and individuals who donated at least a few supplies to one or more of our schools. Some of the major items that we wanted to make sure to touch on, you'll see scrolling across the screen are some of the tweets that went out from our various schools and partners about the supplies that they drove. For those of you that are a little bit more visual and want to see some of the actual supplies, you can see them up on the screen. So Tools for School was our largest supply drive. That was a partnership with Channel 12, Ameritrust Credit Union, and Spirit Aerosystems, and they raised almost $67,000 in cash and supply donations that were then provided to the Salvation Army to distribute to families and directly to teachers through a teacher distribution day. Spirit Aerosystems had a whole team of people that really drove the largest part of that cash donation piece. Our school supply landslide, which was with Channel 10, Sedgwick County Zoo, Arby's, Best Value Services, Dillon's, and Devon James, lots of partners, raised almost $5,000 in cash and too many supplies to actually count and tell you how much those were worth, but it was a lot of supplies over those. And the cash donation and the supplies were split between the Salvation Army and Project Teacher there. So again, going directly to our families in the community and the teachers in the classrooms. Also, one of our great partners, the Pando Initiative, worked with at least 11 different companies to provide supplies to the schools that those organizations support throughout the year with Pando programs. And then just a couple other smaller but still very significant ones. The Wichita Police Department East Patrol provided supplies to 3 different schools in their area. Costco donated 420 backpacks that were then filled with the supplies from the Chick-fil-A supply drive and will be handed out to some of our students that are in most need in the McKinney-Vento program. The Wichita Public Library Foundation, more library, Walzer Automotive and Baird Investments provided 26 computers to OK Elementary, and City National Bank donated 30 computers to our district IT office. And then Pathway Church campuses donated supplies to 8 different schools, and at least 50 other churches in our community donated to 1 or more schools. So we're very excited and pleased with the amount of support that our community has shown to our students to make sure that they have the tools they need to be supportive and achieve throughout the school year. And we look forward to their continued support in other ways throughout the year. Thank you.
This one, yes, you definitely deserve applause. This one-page 2018-19 school supply community supporters is very impressive. I mean, when you look down this, every school in the district is on here. Someone is helping them, and that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So thank you for your hard work, and thank you to the community for their hard work to support our kids.
And thank you to all the principals that made sure that we knew what was happening at all of their schools. Thank you.
Thanks.